All right. Hello, everyone, and today we are talking about our thoughts on the Resident Evil 4 demo. Well, just Resident Evil 4 remake in general.
Yep.
Um,
Um, so me and Cage have both pre-ordered it, obviously. Deluxe version, also obviously, because why wouldn't you?
and first impressions with this demo. It is really, really good. I can tell that this is probably going to be my favorite of the demos. But then again, Resident Evil 4 is also just a game that I like more than a lot of the others in general.
Four's got a special place in probably a lot of people's hearts, and that's just how it is. We all know it to be true. So
Yeah. So yeah, so my first impressions with the demo, I played it before Mike did here. It the spotlight that happened last week, I was home whenever it went live, and then like not even 5 minutes after the demo dropped, I'm playing the game. I'm going to be playing the game on PS4. However, the demo footage here is captured on his Xbox Series X, and the Series X really does do this game justice. It looks beautiful both on like every platform that I've seen it on. Um, but it's just a really good looking game. It's fun to play. My initial thoughts, it feels a lot more heavy. Like the game feels more weighted than the original. Like it's not as like snappy, if that makes sense. Yeah.
the older game was oh, it does feel more weighted. I guess that's definitely what to word it as. I like that. I really like everything in this game. Like even Leon himself feels weighted, and then you can't see at this point of the demo yet, but like when you melee someone, wherever you shoot, well, shooting the guns always felt all right, but hitting someone, like doing a melee attack, like the sound crunch, it's great. It feels if you have the controller vibration on, I'm pretty sure it vibrates when you hit someone, not like a whole lot, but a little bit, and you just get that sense of impact, and it's amazing. It's kind of sad that it has more impact than some fighting games I've played, but you know what? Not here to judge other games. We're here to talk about this game.
But yeah. So like overall, the atmosphere in this remake here, it like even just in like the footage they've shown and in the demo gameplay, like it feels so much more tense than the original. Like the original, the first time I played it, I was like 8, and like I got to the part in the village where the chainsaw guy showed up, and I turned the GameCube off and I walked away. I didn't play it like again for years. And like this remake is my most anticipated game for this year. Resident Evil 4 was a game that I played like constantly for fucking years, and I still do play it a lot. Teabagging the Ganado right there, very classy. But
Very disrespectful of them.
yeah. So this is a remake that I'm so glad is actually turning out to be pretty good. So like I like all of the remakes, like pretty much all the newer Resident Evil games I've enjoyed to some extent. You know, I went back and I replayed the original Resident Evil 4 as well in preparation for this. So yeah, but anything you want to add here, right quick?
Not really. I don't exactly have to like put in at certain parts, but so anyone who is expecting basically just a very high res version of the original game, you definitely probably will be disappointed. If you're looking at this footage now that we're showing you, this opening part is practically nothing like the original. For one, the original was very bright, which I didn't care that it was bright. I really liked it. It did look good for its time. It was a nice thing to start off with, but this game immediately starts you off in a darker tone. We didn't show the opening cutscene, but it talks about Leon's trauma from 2, which I also really do like. I'm gonna try to not spoil as much, but considering everyone's been playing this demo, it's not too. excuse me, it's not too much. Um, I like that. I really like the whole remake series, it won't be like the originals, and the originals will always have a certain place in everyone's heart. But I do think that with this whole remake timeline, I think they're trying to make, I guess, more sense of everything, because as much as I love the Resident Evil series, story was never something that, I guess, in certain parts, a lot of things didn't make a whole lot of sense, and some things kind of just felt thrown in there. But I love those games still. It's not to talk anything down on them, but I think this whole remake series is kind of trying to change a little bit. Obviously, the story's slightly different, but still mostly the same, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I like that they brought back that you can still shoot the crows. However, like they have made it a little bit harder to shoot the crows. Like if there's like a bunch of them in a group and you fire a bullet, like the rest of them are gonna fly away. That's something that I'm glad they kind of changed. You know, you that like actually try if you're gonna try to abuse the resources from the crows. So
This game is definitely harder, at least just from the demo that we've played. It is not like the original in the sense of, even on pro mode for Resident Evil 4, I never really felt extremely challenged. I'm assuming that's why everyone modded the hell out of the PC version, so that have a bunch of like what is it, like Welcome to Hell or something.
yeah, Welcome to Hell mode, Life in Hell. You had a Rising of Evil is probably the hardest fucking Resident Evil 4 mod that you can play, and they just added an impossible mode to it last year, and it's insane. But I can't wait to see like what mods people make for this game. But that's for a later point.
I
Um,
definitely don't think like the Resident Evil 4, the original, needed to be harder in my opinion, but I do think they definitely went a little ridiculous with some of those mods. Oh, another thing, just looking at the screen right there,
that
that
parry,
parry was nice, and I love the little details. Like, okay, so you see how
he's like
he's
tilting his gun.
yeah, he tilts his gun to the side just a slight bit whenever the enemy is really close to you. Another that wasn't supposed to happen,
Happen,
but
yeah, the little slide. But
that's the first time that's happened. We've replayed this demo a few times, like a few times. I've replayed it probably about 5 times. I don't know how many times Gage just played it. Probably a
oh
lot.
yeah, I played it for like 5 hours straight the night it came out, and I played Mad Chainsaw. I think I played that twice, and at the end of the video, you're gonna get me attempting it again right there. Oh yeah, nice decapitation. Now this right here is something that I want to touch on a little bit. Again, don't mind the teabag. In terms of like the gore, like I love that they've cranked it up on the enemies. Like like especially like, if you get like this right here is my gameplay. This video is gonna be like split in like among three different gameplay thingies. But in mine, like you'll see like a lot of dismemberment on the enemies. They cranked that up a lot. Like I was like blowing people's arms off.
Yeah. Hold on
You
one
know,
second. Just I wanted to, because we got to this part. Right here is a little secret. Everyone probably already knows about it, but we're gonna show you. Basically here, and we're not actually showing you because we already got it. See, we got the TMP right there. What you do is you empty all of your inventory, everything,
including like all healing items, all ammo, or all gunpowder, just everything.
and then you open the door.
Door.
And we'll show you right here. There's a location that you'll go to, and it gives you the TMP. Once you have the TMP, you'll have it every other run through.
Yep, and that also includes Mad Chainsaw mode. So here is like a little bit of a cutscene. I like that they added this. Like they actually show you him being lit on fire.
Yeah, things are nuts in this game, and you could have like kept on looking at him for a few seconds,
But
but
it's whatever.
um,
But yeah, I run over here and I grab this herb. But yeah, this just opening segment. This is also the same amount of length that the demo for the original goes for. If you had the GameCube preview disc. Um, but yeah, here I'm gonna go back and loot a little bit behind here. I like that they also add like there's such a high sense of familiarity, but there's also so much more added. And I'll get back to what I was saying about the gore in a moment. Like, trust me, this game is still super graphic, but there is one slight annoyance. It might be limited to just the demo because it's a demo. But anyways, I'll show you what I'm talking about. That little well over there, I'm about to point at it right there. Once you clear out your inventory, if you come in here with nothing in your inventory, that lid will be gone. You can climb down. The TMP will be in the chest, and same thing with the kitchen knife.
Yeah, the kitchen knife is crap though. That's a thing. Knives have durability in this game.
Yeah, like the 2 remake. But unlike the 2 remake, if you like hit a parry, um, or like you use it as an escape item, it doesn't automatically take it away. There's another parry right there. I was like on par with this. I do die though. It's just because they gave the enemies a new attack where like they just shove you and you cannot do anything. But
This game is definitely harder, which I like. Again, going back to how I said that they had the mod difficulties in this game. You would not. I don't know what the default is. Probably normal, but it's still like. I guess it's just the fact that it's different, so that I'm not used to everything. But like, you can't cheese the enemies like you could in the original. They, for one, you'll stumble into them. You can't just like glitch through them when they're doing a run attack or something. You stumble.
yeah, like here I get grabbed a lot and like it hurts. And
The cool thing about the grab is you have two options. Either you struggle and your health will drain a little bit, or you can instant get out of it with your knife. But obviously that takes durability. It, you have to pick whichever one you're willing to do more. The knife that you get, as far as I know from what I've heard, you can, whenever you get to the merchant, you can, like, I guess, repair it, and there might be upgrades for it. So I'm thinking maybe towards the end of the game there might be an upgrade to make it, like, infinite durability.
that, or it might be a special weapon. You get like an infinite knife, like how you did in 2 make. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah,
But back to what I was saying earlier about the gore. So like they added a lot of gore to like the opponents. Like you can lop off arms, you can sever people in half. But they removed a lot of it from Leon, from what it looks like. Like yeah, some of the deaths are like very gushy and bloody, but like they removed a lot of dismemberment from Leon, and I don't know why. For me, that takes away from the horror element a little bit. Like yes, the enemies are as capable as you now, from what it feels like, if not more. But like without the gore there, you know, if I can dismember them, then they can't really do it to me. It kind of takes away from the horror element just a little bit. That's just a little nitpick, but other than that, like this is a great demo. You know, obviously they brought back the attaché case here, which is fucking awesome. I love that so much that they have that back.
little
Um,
little thing I talked about with Cage. I think this would be kind of cool, but the fact they didn't do it isn't like a deal breaker. It's just how they did in the original. But I kind of would like it if it still paused the game, if, like Leon actually pulled out a case and like maybe like crouched down, set it on his knee or something, and you could like move stuff in the case. I don't know. I feel like that would look cool, but at the same time, the way that it is now is perfectly fine. It's just a little something that I think would be cool, but
yeah,
it doesn't take away from the experience. Everything about this game, even as much as I don't like that, like with the chainsaw guy, he cannot cut your head off. He does do a few moves where, like, if you're facing him, he's gonna shove his chainsaw through your body, which looks really cool. But I guess the thing that like Cage was saying, it doesn't. It looks like it should split you in half the way he does it, and it doesn't do that. So
yeah, like maybe it's just like a censorship thing, like because you know like the way like it's probably based off of like the Japanese version of the demo, because in Japan they do have like certain odd bits of censorship where like there's no decapitations or anything like that. It's weird. Oh, I wonder how like Germany's censorship laws are gonna get their fucking hands on this remake because in the in Germany for a while they had to like remove a lot of stuff from the game because of their censorship laws. It's fucking nuts. But yeah, I see. I'm just kind of getting bullied here. Like, I'm just getting like pushed around.
yeah,
But
this game is not hard. You can parry anyone who has a weapon, but if they just go to grab
I mean,
you,
like that's it.
you're screwed. There isn't a way. There's no there's no dodge mechanic, which I mean, I guess wouldn't make a lot of sense for this game since it never did have a dodge mechanic.
And see, like right there, I got like pushed and bullied, and I'm just fucking gone.
Yeah, and then like they can come up and do that like grab where they're holding you from behind, and if the chainsaw guy comes up to you, you can't move. You're SOL there.
But yeah, like this demo, like it looks like the entire game is gonna be nuts. I cannot wait to see things like Waterhall or just things like that. Like I am so fucking excited for this remake. Like it looks like it's gonna be fucking amazing. Honestly, like I cannot wait for it. Like I really can't.
Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be nuts, and I don't know. I love everything about this so far. I can't really think of any complaints I'd have about this game. It's
Um,
good. Oh, I guess the complaint with Leon's dismemberment, that's been a thing. I don't know if I really say this is a complaint because I haven't messed with the sensitivity yet, but like aiming the gun feels kind of weird. I might have to mess with the settings a bit
yeah,
for that.
I think it's just because I have the sensitivity on my PS4 download turned up for the demo, and it feels fine.
My sensitivity is probably just too low then, because it's a little stiff and wonky feeling. I mean, obviously that's kind of weird, thinking that the original game was very stiff, but it felt good then.
Yeah, but then again, like the original controlled with like tank controls, and the game was built around it, so I guess it like felt a little bit better there for that reason.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like all in all, like this remake is gonna be fucking great. Like today we are less than 2 weeks away from the release of the full game, and Mike's gonna be the one that does the playthrough of it this time. In honor of it, I'll probably like release a playthrough of the original side by side with it. Just sort of finish it out. I'll probably play the 2007 PC version because we've shown the Xbox One version and the Wii version a lot, and it's just a version that I like a lot. I don't know why. Like a lot of people tend not to like it. I do.
What
It
we could do, I don't know if y'all think about this, if y'all comment under the video or just see what Cage thinks about it, but if we,
look
like,
at that fucking guy.
man, man just fell out of existence, but what we could do is, like, I'll play through this game. I've got a new job and it's going to be keeping me pretty busy, and I've already been really busy. As you can tell, I don't post anything. I literally was going to do a video series on the new Dead Space remake, considering I was not one of those people that played the original. I know heresy, but so I was gonna do that, and I obviously you can tell it's not on the channel because I never did it. I recorded the first episode, and I just didn't like how it turned out. And well, part of it was my fault because I messed up the audio with, I don't know, the system that we got, at least with my computer, because for some reason I can't handle the I guess the newest version of OBS. Yeah, the newest version of OBS, for some reason it just can't handle something about one of my drivers being out of date, and I don't have the time nor the willpower to just deal with it. So I like downloaded a older version of OBS, and that's what I've been using. And I was gonna try to get rid of Power Director because my father has this new editing program that he actually pays for. It's Adobe, which is one of the best programs I can think of. Um, and I was gonna try to use both of those, but oh, Adobe is too advanced for OBS, for an old version of OBS. But my
Yeah, I picked up that ladder right there, and it fucking saved my ass.
it's weird because you can do things to see, like there, his arm fell off. Sorry, my brain's everywhere, but you can do weird things to avoid attacks that don't immediately come to your brain. Like in my playthrough, there'll be a time where someone's about to come charge at me and try to grapple me, and I literally just duck. It's not even something I meant to do. Like my brain just did it without thinking, I guess, and it saved my ass. It's not bad. It's just kind of weird. I think this is, yeah, this is the ending. God, you're such a degenerate.
uh,
But I don't know. I forgot what we were doing with this whole video. My brain's been everywhere, but
yeah, like that's pretty much just like what we're trying to do with this video is just talk about it in general, like our thoughts on the demo and what we hope to see in the remake. Now, what is something that you do not want to see in the remake?
Um, I do not want Ashley for every 5 seconds being like, Leon, help! I don't want that.
I was gonna say, if you like, they've released like some gameplay footage with her in it. They've improved Ashley a lot, actually. Like for example, she doesn't have a health bar. If she takes enough damage, she goes into a dying status, and you just have to go pick her up, and then she'll follow you back around again. And like the wait and follow me commands are no longer wait and follow me. You can no longer just park Ashley. You can do a loose or tight toggle. Tight is like she stays behind you, and loose she'll like back away and give you space, but you can't just like drop her and leave her anywhere. So now throwing her in the dumpster where she belongs, unfortunately.
Damn. Honestly, like, I don't know. I have some, like, different feels. This is my playthrough of it, and I didn't even notice this little part was here. I was just kind of checking it to see if something was there.
Yeah.
With Ashley, I've heard that she might be more useful in general. I don't know if
Yeah.
by more useful just means less of a burden, but
But oh yeah, they also gave her the ability to fucking use ladders. Thank the fucking lord. Okay.
yeah, like, I don't know. I always did like the whole little. I like that they had this attention to detail where, like, if you're about to catch her from a ladder and you look up and she just, like, like, closes her leg and she's
Well,
like, "Oh, you pervert."
she's not wearing a skirt in this version of the game though.
I know, but, like, I
Fucking,
like the attention to
you just
detail.
called me a degenerate. You're trying to look up Ashley's skirt. You
Listen,
fucking asshole.
you're the one who showed it to me.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up. Look, the point is they didn't have to add that. And, see, calling us perverts, but someone on the game developer was obviously a pervert to put in that detail. It's a funny detail. It's stupid and it didn't need to be there, but the fact that it is there just shows that someone has a good sense of humor. It was
Yeah.
funny.
Oh yeah, and also I want to settle a little bit of a thing right here. I've heard some people complain about some of the new voice actors. I think the only voice actor I do not like is Krauser's. I don't like it. It's too high and raspy, in my opinion now. But one debate I want to set now is there are people who do not like the Merchant's new voice actor. One, I think he's doing just fine. Two, everyone's like, why don't you bring back the original? Well, little fun fact: in the original Resident Evil 4, Leon and
Merchant.
the Merchant are voiced by the same person. His name is Paul Mercier or something like that, I think. So it's a lose-lose situation either way. So they just went and recasted everyone because if they brought him back to play the Merchant, everybody'd be like, why are you not having him voice act Leon as well? So they weren't really winning with that situation there. But overall, I think that everyone that they chose did really really well so far from what they've shown. I need to see more of Ada. I don't know. Her voice is too deep and groggled now. Um,
I don't know. The thing is, like, everyone had to have a new voice actor for this new timeline series, so obviously we're not going to get the same voices we know and love. With Krauser, I think because he just sounds like a younger version, and even with his character model, he looks like a younger Krauser. So, in my opinion, it's not too bad. Yeah, it's not recognizable. It's not the voice we all know and love, but I don't hate it. I haven't really heard Ada's voice. I didn't look into it, so
she like they've shown her like saying one line before, but but yeah. Now that we've talked about what we have and like what we um want. Well, not that. Yeah. Now that we've talked about some good, a tiny bit of bad, let's talk about what we want to see with this remake. One, obviously, I was worried that they were going to remove mercenaries, but nope, they have announced that it will be coming back as a free DLC for everyone
yeah.
post release.
I really hope it's multiplayer. That would sell it for me.
Yes. Um, I want them to because in the knife fight with Krauser in the gameplay they've shown, they mention Operation Javier, which for those of you who do not know was basically the one mission that Leon and Krauser had together, and it's how they know each other. I would love to see a DLC based around one of the missions in Operation Javier.
I would like to get some more, like, even if it wasn't a deal. a playable DLC where that kind of went into the past and showed how they know each other would be cool. But even if it was like, shoot,
It was like a training montage or something,
I
you
don't
know.
know. Maybe like if they did something like in Seven where they have the DLC as like the band footage that shows different things. Maybe if they had something like that in this game that showed Operation Javier and you could play through little segments, or even if a lot of it was more of just a cutscene that you could watch, to have that, I don't know, to have that experience so that you know a little bit more, because you don't know a whole lot about Krauser. I guess if you probably, I never looked at all those notes in Resident Evil 4. I read a couple of them, and some of them may explain something I don't know. I never took the time to read them all.
Well, that and also, like Operation Javier is basically what like where you learn the most about Krauser. Um, oh yeah, another thing, if Separate Ways is gonna be in this game, I do not want it to be paid DLC. I want it to just be an unlockable like how it was in the original. Because think about it, like this game is going to be the biggest Resident Evil game ever released. It's going to be fucking 60 gigabytes of storage. That's fucking big for a Resident Evil game. Resident Evil Village with everything like added to it, like all the expansions, is only like 30, I think, roundabout.
I don't know. I haven't really looked at it.
Um, so like if the game is that fucking big, like dude, like Separate Ways or at least a Simon Ada better just be unlockable and not like DLCs that you have to pay for.
Yeah.
Because if they're DLCs that you have to pay for, I'm just not really gonna bother with them. Speaking of DLC, let's talk about our thoughts on the DLCs that you get with the deluxe edition. The ones I'm looking forward to the most are the Skull Shaker, which is a shotgun, and the romantic and villain costumes. The casual costume looks cool, but the hero's costume not so much. But yeah, like I was saying, the casual costume honestly looks pretty okay. I like that. It's just Leon in more casual clothing. I hope that so like the casual. I want them to have like the ability to use the jacket the entire game.
I do really like the jacket. It looks so good in this game.
So I prefer the one from the original where it's like fleece and not leather, but this one doesn't look terrible. I just don't like the fucking poofy ass goddamn collar. but um, but yeah, the romantic and villain costumes are the ones I'm looking forward to the most. The fucking hero costume looks like a fucking turd. It looks shitty. Um, but yeah, and then like the whole Wesker sunglasses thing, I don't really know how I feel about that. Like, why? Like, I've never really wanted to see Leon in shades. That's never been a thing I want.
Yeah. So, excuse some of these parts right here. I definitely panicked a lot, and my aim is definitely terrible, but that's not really why we're here. Things that I want to see in this game, from what I've seen in the demos, not the trailers, I've seen that Luis is a like much bigger part in this game than he is in the original, which is great because I always felt his time was a little short. Not that it was bad. I always liked Luis, but
His time was a little short-lived. Like, unlike the giant tentacle dick that killed him.
yeah.
You know.
But in here, yeah, from what I've been seeing in all these shows, he's a much bigger part, which is great.
I hope they add him to Mercenaries, like as a character.
That would be kind of cool. I'm curious to see what they're gonna, because like they're gonna, if they're keeping him alive for so long, I'm curious to know the reason to, I guess, why are they keeping him alive so long?
Yeah, like I'm just happy that he looks like a much bigger character. Like they've shown like glimpses of him like in the fucking like El Gigante fight with you, and I'm like, dude, that's nuts.
Yeah, he's in like the minecarts too.
Yeah.
Weird.
Now something I can't wait to see how they are reapproached. Like I cannot wait to see like the new Verdugo, the new version of Verdugo, and the new like boss fight with mutated Krauser in the U3. those are my favorite bosses in the entire game. And I just can't wait to see how they are redone. They've shown the Gyarados a lot.
I want to see the regenerators.
Yeah, the Iron, like specifically the Iron Maiden ones, which are like the prickly ones. But yeah, like I said, it all sounds like it's like this remake just from the demo, the gameplay trailers. It all looks like it's gonna be pretty fucking nuts.
I don't know if any of y'all just saw there. It was the best thing I've ever done, and I'm glad I got that recorded. So one of the villagers threw a hatchet at me, and I threw a grenade, and they collided,
Yeah,
which is awesome.
yeah, I love the fucking collision right here. He just like ducks and avoids getting grabbed.
Yeah, again, that's the thing I was talking about earlier, where I didn't even like think to do it. My brain just instinctively like, oh shit, duck, and it worked. So I'm gonna try to incorporate. Yeah, this whole scene is just me panicking because I don't even know what I was doing here. Me and Cade were just talking, doing random shit,
Yeah, it's
and yeah, God, I know you can hear a little asshole in the background.
yeah. Michael has a fucking ferret.
They know.
He's a dickhead.
All right, yep, I'm gonna be ending right here.
La campana. Hay que obedecerla.
Él nos invoca. Tenemos que servir. Al Lord Sadler Todopoderoso.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?